The ship will ignite while the ship is still attached to the booster. This will create that stage separation that we see there. Second stage will continue to go on its way. The booster will make a flip and come back here to the launch tower just behind Dan and I for hopefully what we will see the third ever booster catch.
Meanwhile, ship continues its ascent, gets into its suborbital place in space. We're going to have a test satellite deploy, pew-pew, Starlink.
There we go, we're live.
And then we're also going to do a Raptor relighting one of those sea level engines before we get.
All right, hello everyone. Yep. Today we're going to cover the 8th orbital test flight for Starship. And I'm going to do some accounting right now. Tomorrow I got a midterm. We got about 20 minutes before liftoff, and I'm probably going to start at around 10 minutes. Well, you can listen to the, I mean, no one's watching anyways, but tune into the official SpaceX live stream to get more details.
Unlike our Falcon timeline. So we do have a little bit of leeway. Continuing on with
I'm listening in as well.
That ship will be making a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean, as we have seen before. We are launching at 5:45 p.m. Today. This evening launch will allow us to have daytime views of the ship as it makes its splashdown. So, good news.
It's a lot on ship's plate, but we're still hyper-focused on finding all of those real-world limits of Starship.
Are you able to get to it?
To return ship to launch site and catch it. A lot of these recent upgrades are just made to enable that to actually happen.
NSF is just like
Flight 7 premiered
I'm grabbing the same signal from from SpaceX.
To add more capability to Starship, and with Flight 8 today, we're hoping.
Oh, they actually have pretty similar timing. Let me see.
Starting us off, the forward flaps got a redesign. They shrunk in size
nice.
And shifted toward the top of the vehicle.
Network seems to be very stable.
Nice.
I love the new SpaceX graphics. Very detailed.
Also, by making Starship 2 meters
and that is not a live view. That is just a still photo. So easier to pull off. But less commitment needed.
The feed lines, new fuel feed line system for Raptor vacuum engines, and an improved propulsion avionics module.
Yeah, ship got a little bit taller. That extra prop's gonna allow us to fly those longer missions.
Graphics, very detailed.
We're not planning on stretching it a whole lot more.
And that is not a live view. That is just a still photo.
You know,
so
once
easier
we're
to
flying
pull off.
the next version a lot, it'll
but
be
less commitment
just
needed.
like the previous flight, a lot of tiles have been purposely removed.
I am not liking. I am not liking the noise suppression, so I turn it off. Oh, oops! I should not have said that. Anyways, nobody's gonna pay attention anyways. What are those? Metallic?
One on the right of this animation that has some active cooling built in.
The vehicle's avionics.
Wow, that's the future. That's the future right there. I am glad they're trying that out. As some active cooling, they have plumbing that runs some cool liquid, probably the propellant, presumably, through the metal panels, hence being metallic. And it's some like futuristic, you know, not futuristic really. They use it in engine bells, but if it's on the side of a spaceship, on a rocket specifically, then it's probably pretty new. For Starship, it's brand new, and I think we've really wanted SpaceX to try it, and now they are, so great progress.
Sensors on the ground side, you're adding extra layers of control while the ship and tower talk to each other for a catch.
In another first, Starship will deploy 4 Starlink simulators.
Right.
They are similar in size to our next generation Starlink satellites. With unparalleled payload capacity and full reusability, Starship will be able to deploy our more advanced
now
V3 Starlink
there's
satellites,
finally going to be some
which
dummy
will
payload
revolutionize global
deployment
connectivity with
on this
Starlink
launch.
all over again.
Should look forward to that.
Starlink V3 launches on a Starship.
It's gonna be coming out of the
about
sort of
60
pest
terabits
dispenser
capacity to
as
the Starlink
discs.
network. To give you
Well, I
some
need to do
context,
some
that's about 20 times
questions.
the capacity of what we're adding with every
Beginning of
V2 mini
critical.
low in a Falcon 9 right now. That's going to help
Merchandise
us
inventory include
expand
20
Starlink's network, expand its impact in the coming years as we expand that access to high-speed internet all around the world, eventually beyond.
Record the transactions
And the
the
Starlink
month of
simulators
April
that we're deploying today, they're going to be on the
for T
same
account for merchandise
suborbital
inventory.
trajectory as Starship. We expect them to demise as they enter in the atmosphere. And then Starship's
Merchandise
trajectory itself
inventory,
looks very
T
similar
count.
to our last several flights, splashdowns targeted in the Indian Ocean. And on top of all of that, we're also going to relight a single Raptor engine again while in space. We're just trying to get data on in-space Raptor burns. You're going to need those for deorbit burns when we're doing orbital missions. And
Yeah.
actually when we're doing missions.
So I'm
way
curious
beyond Earth, we're
at
on our way
which
to Mars.
what kind
So
of
just like you said
attitude are they
earlier, Dan,
going
there's a
to
lot
do the
on
burn
Starship's
test
plate for today.
on a
But
single
one
Raptor?
of the hallmarks of these Starship flights are the incredible
At
views
what
that we get
attitude?
throughout the flight, courtesy of Starlink. Every day, we're working to expand the Starlink network both on Earth and in space. For how all this connects us to the big mission, let's head back to Chris.
Thanks, Kate. And as fans of Starship may know that Starlink enables us to bring you a lot of those unprecedented views, both from space and on Earth. Personally, I love all those epic views of the plasma wrapping around Starship during re-entry. So thank you to our Starlink teams who enable all of those amazing views and the information we get. Now, in addition to the dozens of cameras on Starship itself, as you see on your screen here, we also have mobile Starlink camera kits deployed in the middle of the Indian Ocean, as you're seeing from a previous flight. Starlink also allows us to connect our aerial cinematography units on the ground at Starbase and at other strategic camera spots around Texas and the world. And that's all part of how it comes together to help us tell the incredible story of Starship both on
Oh,
and
hi,
off
Basil.
the planet.
Basil, fuck
So
me.
thanks to
Hazel.
thanks
Oh
to
my.
Starlink, Starship is now
You're in.
capable of streaming
You
more
are.
than
Are you're
120
watching right now?
megabits
Because I
per
can't
second
tell.
of real-time,
Hey, I see your
high-definition
chat right
video
there.
and telemetry
Welcome to
through
the
every phase of flight.
chat.
This not only provides
Live stream. Yeah, we're just. This must be like brand new to you. Space flight stuff. Not sure how interesting this is to you, but super exciting historical events. This is the 8th launch of Starship.
Now, Starlink
And we're
is the world's
16
largest
minutes away
satellite
from liftoff,
constellation operating in
assuming
low
everything
Earth
goes
orbit
right.
to deliver high-speed, low-latency broadband internet.
And on top of me,
This provides
it's
internet
the
access to people
official
around the world, many of whom have never
SpaceX
had
live stream
connectivity
coverage
before.
for the
As
launch.
of today, Starlink is
On the
serving more
side,
than
there are
125
two sort of,
countries, territories,
you
and
know,
other
spaceflight
markets,
enthusiasts
and has more than
that
5
run their
million
own
active
channels
customers and counting.
that
But
do
to meet the growing
the live
global
coverage,
demand for
and
high-speed
they both have
internet, SpaceX
cameras, their own
recently
cameras out in
expanded
the
its
field
factory at
that
Bastrop, Texas, and introduced
capture
Starlink
live
Mini,
footage.
as well as an upgraded version of the
Yeah, they are
Starlink
running
standard
their
kit.
own cameras. I can
Here's
turn the
our first
volume
ever
up
look
a bit.
inside our brand new
Yeah.
Bastrop facility.
You're hearing Tim Dots, which is the feed on our top left. Oh, he's not talking right now. Okay, it's the same feed. And then NSF. But you said you're going to go out soon.
Shots
So
there on the screen. You can see Starship 34 on top of Booster 15. Is
yeah, that's the bottom right, the bottom left corner.
Right
Anyways,
now we're in Bastrop, Texas at the Starlink manufacturing site.
we will see if it goes right. Yeah, very exciting. Have you seen any Starship launch before?
This site is to produce our standard Starlink kits.
No. What am I even thinking about? You are in fucking Houston, Texas, and
Pellets come in,
obviously
aluminum comes in, and we make those
you're
into
even invited
Starlink
to
kits and then ship
tour their
them right out
factory
to
and stuff.
customers.
So
When you manufacture the product that you design in-house, you're forced to live with
they're
mistakes.
playing a commercial
That
for
means
something.
you're
What is
very
that?
Motivated to quickly innovate and iterate, such that you can rapidly improve the process. Our previous
Not sure what they're
generation of the
manufacturing,
production line was
what
maxed
company
out in
that
terms
is.
of capability. And the demand for Starlink has kept growing. So when we sat down to go design this factory and this version of our production line, we were really forcing ourselves to innovate.
You sent is that a default YouTube emoji? Jesus, they're like unusable. Like, anyways, 14 minutes. Yeah, the timing really sucks. I'm surprised that you're able to tune in. I'm happy you are here with us, but yeah, I'm not sure when you have to leave, but I'm also trying to do some accounting problems just because tomorrow we got a midterm and really can't hold off
over
on
the
studying
last
any
20
longer
months,
without
we've built a factory from scratch. We've gone from producing
being
0
responsible.
kits to over 70,000 a week, and we've gone from 0 employees to over
April
1,000.
2nd.
And it is incredible to see all of the tech in that facility that will help millions of people around the world the way they want to use it and the way that they need to use that technology. Definitely
technology?
A lot of good things to come from our Bastrop facility.
What technology?
And while we're
Wait, is
talking
that
about the infrastructure
Starlink?
that enables us to do
Are
all
those
of these
Starlink panels?
amazing
I don't
things,
know.
You've probably seen some changes recently around Starbase. Coming online this year is the second tower at Starbase.
Okay, second
This
tower.
has redesigned chopsticks and is built to accommodate the next generation.
That's already
of
installed,
Starship
right,
and
with
Super
chopsticks?
Heavy. It will have a redesigned launch
Nice.
mount and flame diverter system built to be rapidly reusable and hardy enough to withstand hundreds of launches at a time. Now, over at the production site down the road, we're also building a new integration and refurbishment facility called Gigabay. And Gigabay, as the name implies, will allow us to
call it
process more
classic.
Starships at the same time over our current Megabays.
All right.
But Gigabay isn't just for Texas.
Classic.
If that weren't exciting enough, we're also further expanding Starship operations into
How do you like
Florida, bringing
our
production and
setup
launch
here? I have a
capabilities
camera
to
just
the Space
permanently
Coast.
mounted here.
As Starship flight testing, development, and launch cadence continues to pick up pace at Starbase in Texas, over in Florida, we're building a Gigabay as
Hey,
well.
is that
Gigabay
amazing you're
will
living in the
stand
same state?
380
Like,
feet tall
you could
and will
literally
provide
go down
about
to see a launch anytime.
46.5 million cubic feet of interior processing space and about 815,000
Must be
square feet
amazing.
of workspace. Now,
I
as
don't even got a
environmental
visa yet.
impact statements continue for potential Starship launches and flights from both Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center and Launch Complex 37 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, we plan to complete the Starship launch pad at Pad 39A this year. And pending the completion of
Oh,
environmental
interesting.
review, SpaceX
This year?
intends to conduct the first Starship launch from Florida from Launch Pad 39A later this year.
That is ambitious.
Now,
I don't
we're
know.
also
I mean, I hope they
interested in
pull it
enabling
off.
Starship
That'll be really
launches from
exciting to see.
Flight 37.
We
And
got
as part of this process,
about
SpaceX
6
has
months.
been given
No,
a
it's not 6
limited right
months.
of entry
Yeah,
for
six,
Pad
not 6
37
months.
to conduct
We got a full
further
year
due
to go. Okay,
diligence
okay,
at
okay.
the site
It's
in
not a
order to
school
move
year.
forward with the
We got like
environmental
10
impact
months
study
to go
that's
before the
being
year
led by
ends.
the Department of the Air
So,
Force. Ultimately,
oh, the
we will
weather's
have
looking better,
production,
a little bit
integration,
better, yeah,
refurbishment, and launch
with less
facilities
fog.
in both Florida and Texas, driving the needed flight rate for Starship to help make humanity a multiplanetary civilization. And Kate, I could talk about this stuff for literally hours on end, but we've got a Starship to launch today. So how are things looking 11 minutes before launch here?
Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're getting close to go time. Quick update on range and weather. For the range, the area around the pad has been well cleared. This includes the land, air, and sea space. So all is clear on the range front. That also applies to over in the Indian Ocean. The sea and airspace has been cleared as well for ships re-entry. Once again, we are making a soft splashdown in the Indian Ocean. So just the buoy cams are out there, and we'll get some great
Yeah,
videos.
buoy cams.
Again, weather.
Buoy. I'm so
we have
excited to see that.
35% chance of
If the
violating
Starship
the weather,
makes re-entry,
launch
we will be able to
like
see
the
Starship
weather
coming in.
constraints for launch today. So it's
Probably
not
within
perfect,
like 50
but
meters
it's not bad. Visibility
distance
also not so
of the buoy
awesome. We can
camera,
see
like
the
literally
tower here.
floating
We're
on the sea,
2
and
miles
we'll,
away from
we'll
the
see the
launch
ship
pad,
just
but
coming down from
visibility
the
around
atmosphere and
greater area
landing,
might be a little challenging.
and performing the
In-
flip
in
maneuver
terms of the
and
vehicle
landing burn.
itself, so right
That would
now
be
you can see
amazing.
we're almost done loading
I've never
prop
seen
up,
it
almost
live
done on
because
booster.
I think
If you
for
tuned
twice in a row
earlier, we did hear talk
they
about
launched
flight control holes
during
going in,
my
so
lectures,
just a
so
reminder, all that means is we wouldn't be able to
I
pass
wasn't
that T-minus
I wasn't
40
able
second
to
mark.
catch any
They're
of those
literally talking
previous
about it
launches.
right now on the loops that they think they've got the problem figured out. It was an issue on the booster where we think we will be clear by about the T-minus 2 minute mark, and we will be able to move right through that T-minus 40, hopefully. So, prop load continuing. We're not holding or anything yet, and we're expecting that issue to clear before we get to that T-minus 40.
There are 2
mark.
towers, yeah.
This
And I assume the
morning, though, we
towers,
did
the
all
second
of the
tower's
usual checkouts,
chopsticks
aligned
are
the navigation
operational and
systems,
functional and stuff.
did all
Wait,
of
have
our
you
booster and ship
called
tank
classic? Okay,
purchased,
I'm not
got them
even
ready
sure
for
if you're.
prop load, chill down,
Hazel's
the
probably
pad, which you
left,
can see
so it's
all the
just
cryo
us.
right now.
Chilling.
You
Things
and
are
me.
pretty chilly out
You?
there.
Who's you?
Prop load's been
It's just
going.
the emptiness
Oh, we just did a flap
of space.
check out. We also
No.
do a wiggle check
9
out
minutes.
on the
Flaps are
the
extending,
chopstick
flaps
arms
are
as well.
being
We are
tested,
gonna
maybe?
continue loading prop for about another 6 minutes. We're gonna
These are
close
looking
ship
super
at
clean.
about 3 minutes, 20 seconds before launch. booster just about
The
30
last time it looked
seconds
this clean
later.
before.
So we've had
Gets
at least
plasma
one issue
all
that
over
we're
it.
still working in the background, expecting
tears
that to
itself apart.
clear before we hit that kind of that hold gate at T-minus 40 seconds, and looking good.
Yeah, so bottom line, things are looking good for liftoff here in just under 9 minutes. We're now at, looks like 8 minutes and 49 seconds. So everything's looking green so far.
Yeah. Before we get any closer to liftoff, I need to shamelessly plug Starbase. I'm one of just a couple thousand people who work here. Soon to be the newest city in Texas at Starbase, and we're the largest employer in the area. We're always hiring, so visit spacex.com/careers, see all the openings. It's where the future is being built, and it's a future we can all be pretty excited about. So yeah, come work here. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's launch a rocket.
All right, so we're coming up to 8 minutes until liftoff. As we mentioned before, flight controllers are already on console. They're located in our Ad Astra Launch Control Center, about 6 miles away from the pad. But they will soon be moving here with us to Star Factory. So a lot of excitement around that, certainly growing.
Yeah, and again, general status check. We're
Man, I'm
continuing
sick
to
of water.
progress.
Like, I'm
We're
like
8 minutes
thirsty and
away.
like not
We're
thirsty at the
tracking
same
an issue
time.
with
Like,
booster. We're
I
expecting
don't want to
that
drink anything
clear.
that contains
Still
sugar.
looking good for launch.
Like usually I would be.
Speaking of booster,
I'll
let's talk
probably
about
so
catching
die for that, but
launch.
like,
Absolutely.
The towers
I don't know.
do
I
giant
just I
robotic
want to
arms
drink
that
more, but
move
I'm
in
s-
stacks
I'm getting
or tip
this
on a super heavy
like
for
sick
final
sensation
integration
in my
and a flight.
body
We also use those
that
to
like
catch.
it's being
Means we don't have any
oversaturated with
landing legs
water.
in the booster makes the booster lighter, means we can throw more payload into
You know that
space.
feeling?
Exactly. Following liftoff and after
Man,
the
I
two
finished,
stages
like,
separate in flight, Super Heavy will return to the launch site, the same exact
You know,
launch
like
site that it lifted off
3/5
from,
of the bottle
reignite
within
its engines
an hour.
to slow the
It's
vehicle
quite amazing.
down. Here we see playback from a previous booster catch. I believe that was our first booster catch.
So on April
vehicle will slow
2nd,
down, power arms will come
we
out and
have
catch the booster.
And
Purchased
just like
100
the
additional
last few times,
clubs from
literally thousands of
for
different
$1,600
vehicle
FOB
criteria
shipping
have to be
point
met
terms.
before we bring a booster
Okay,
back
so
and try to
purchased
catch
100
it, need
additional.
healthy systems
So we
on
got
Super
merch
Heavy, on the
inventory
launch
and
tower,
inventory
we need that final
units.
manual command from the mission's flight
We need
director
both
for the day.
T
If that command
counts.
isn't sent before we finish the boost back burn, or if any of those automated health checks kick us out,
Merch
the booster
inventory, we're gonna
defaults to
do,
a trajectory,
you
takes
know,
it to a landing
60.
burn and a
Wait, so
soft
who are
splashdown
we?
in the
Beginning the
Gulf.
current session.
Yeah, we have said it
Golf
multiple
shops,
times
merchant
before,
inventory
but it
include
still
20.
holds true today. We accept no compromises when it comes to ensuring the safety of the public and our team, and the return will only take
Wait,
place
so
if the
on April
conditions are
1st,
right,
we
and
already
there aren't any of them.
have
So there's a
20
chance that we may not get to
golf
catch the
clubs.
booster today.
Yeah.
It costs of
One aspect of the
160
return and the catch
each.
of that booster
You-
is
do
the
we
auto
record
sonic
that?
boom
I'll just-
in the
I'll
area
just go ahead
around
and
the
record
return
that.
location that happens is the booster slowing down
160,
supersonic
20
speeds. It's similar to sonic
units,
booms
20
that were
units,
heard during the
units,
return
then
and
we,
landing of
it's
NASA's
in
Space
debit,
Shuttle
right?
for anyone that was in Florida for those.
Debit
Sonic
20.
booms like these are unique
I'll mark the
to
price,
vehicles returning from space
$160,
and are one of the hallmarks
Merch
of useful
inventory,
systems
that's gonna
like
be,
our
I
Falcon
don't want
9
to
and
calculate. I
Falcon
will
Heavy
calculate.
vehicles. The
What is
general
20
impact to those
times
in the
160
surrounding
is
area of a
3,200.
sonic boom is basically
That
a
goes
brief
into
thunder
our
like
debit
noise,
for
and
merch
I've heard
inventory.
sonic booms before,
Right?
but
I don't
I've
know.
actually experienced my
We're supposed to
first
record that at
in-person
all.
Starship
And on
sonic boom,
April
on
2nd,
Flight 7, and
there's
I
an
can
100
confirm
additional
it's
units.
pretty fun to
So units
experience.
plus 100 at. Oh, we don't have a price, so it's just 1,600. 16,000 actually. Wow. Shipping. That's the landing for our last flight, which I missed live, but it looks the same, man. It's just like, dude, every time when SpaceX nails a maneuver, nails a, I don't know, it's just like a sequence. Every time just looks so solid.
And as someone who
After
has
that.
heard sonic booms many times in Florida, they are definitely a hallmark. And what a way to announce a returning space vehicle's return.
Yeah, I'm glad to
for
see the
reuse. Now,
fog kind
here
of
in
fading away a little
California,
bit.
As you can imagine, the
Really,
excitement
like,
is
at
growing
the
here,
first, at
crowd
the
is
start of the
growing.
launch, like when
Kate
you look
mentioned our
at,
flight controllers in Ad
you know,
Astra in Texas.
either
She
everyday
confirmed we
astronauts
also
or
have
NSF's
controllers on console
feed,
in
it
mission
sort of looks like
control,
that. It still
helping
kind of
those
looks like
teams in
that.
Texas
Very
monitor
foggy on the
Starship's
bottom
various
left.
systems,
See,
including the avionics and those
the
39
SpaceX
Raptor
feed,
engines
because
that were built
they're
right
so
here in
close,
Hawthorne.
they're getting
And
less
with 4
atmosphere
minutes,
between the
30
camera and
seconds
the
to go,
object.
Dan and Kate, how are
we
we looking
can
for
get
a
a
launch today?
pristine, crystal clear view. We have 4 minutes.
So we are
in.
still looking good.
We got
We're
actually
just about
2
fully tapped
cameras
out on
on
propellant,
the
on both vehicles.
crew and the employees.
closeout's gonna be
That's
coming up in
amazing
about a
to see.
minute on ship, and
I
then
wanna
about
see more of
30
that.
seconds later on the booster.
SpaceX only shows them
we are
probably
still hearing
just
chatter in the background
very
about
briefly
the
every
booster
launch.
issue that we're tracking. We may still be able to pass the hold, but if we need to hold it
Locks
40
is that-
seconds, we have
Locks is
several
still
minutes
changing.
that
Wait,
we can hang out there and work.
I'm
to
not
try
sure
to
like
troubleshoot
which
those final issues before
what
we get to
percentage
go.
each
Once we're
section of
fully
the
loaded on
propellant
prop,
need to
which is
reach.
coming up soon, we've got
Like, is
just
it
shy of
100% or
11
like
million
what is the
pounds of
maximum?
liquid oxygen, liquid methane on both of those stages. And then once we're done, we're going to see that, or we're going to hear the ground lines do what's called pushback. So all of that propellant gets pushed out of those lines back to the tanks, clearing the pad for launch.
Now, in the next few minutes, the guidance system will perform a final alignment. The automated flight safety system will be armed, and thrust vector control, or TVC, checkouts will be performed. As we said, if we do need to hold, it would come at that T-minus 40-second mark. That is the point in the countdown where we can pause to wait for final checkouts or pressurization, or if we need to continue to work through that issue. So once we pass through that T-minus 40-second mark, a number of things are going to happen quite quickly.
Dude,
the ground
another
will spin
earthquake?
and ignition systems come up to
Magic
flight
arm?
pressure. The ship's
Look at
gonna
this
go
magic
onto
arm.
internal
It's
power,
beautiful. What
and
is
after
this?
that, the quick
There's no
disconnect or
autofocus?
QD arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction.
Where's
shortly
autofocus?
after T0.
Look at this magic
And
arm.
As we,
Never seen anything like
as we
this.
do pass that T-minus 40 seconds, we still have the
That looks
ability
beautiful.
to
Is it
recycle the
practical?
count under certain conditions back to that T-minus 40 seconds and hold there to assess what happened and if we can proceed
Must be
again
expensive.
to T0. But that's only in certain situations.
I'll
Right, so
save
we're just
it.
about 2.5
Just in
minutes
case.
away. We do have a couple of things like if we hit
There's
T-minus
another-
10 seconds and you see water start flowing.
There's
out
another
of the,
earthquake?
out of the deflector.
10 hours ago?
That is a
Here in
reason for
Richmond?
us to
Oh,
start
there's
for
no,
the day
no
is
okay, no
that's-
feelings.
Once it's turned on, it
It's in,
doesn't
like-
turn off, and then we'll have to refill the tanks. On both
Some
the water
people
farm and
literally
the crop farm. Our
was
team's gotten
shaken
really,
awake
really good at
this morning, but
refilling stuff really quick,
in
so
in
we
the
can
same city,
reposition
but
for
some
about
were
a
just.
24-hour recycle if we need to.
What
But
time was it? 10
Speaking
hours
of
ago. Was
we're
things-
coming up.
things-
Sorry,
10
we're-
hours?
Yeah, we're coming up just
10 hours?
just
So
under
4 minus
2
10,
minutes
6.
away.
6
now
minus-
hearing we might
it's like 6
hold at that
a.m.
T-minus
I was
40
awake
second mark while they still
shortly
talk
after
through a
that. I
couple
mean,
of
or
troubleshooting
before
steps.
that.
But again, if
6
we hold there,
I
we can
felt
hold there for
nothing.
several minutes, even
That's
with all
interesting.
prop fully loaded on the vehicle.
Quite
before we
incredible you
could
get to
release the
see
hold
the
and
news
decide
so
to move forward.
soon. All right. Anyways, 1 minute. Boys, go time. All right.
All right, less than a minute and a half away.
As expected.
Keep your eye on the clock. Look for, we might hold at that T-minus 40 second mark.
Okay,
They
there's
still
a
talk
potential
about
hold.
the
Just look
troubleshooting
out for
steps.
that.
But again, if we hold there, we can hold there for several minutes. Even with
Tim is just not speaking. That's unusual for him.
release the
I am not sure. Okay. Because there's going to be a delay between SpaceX and their fees. They are going to have
So we're going
to.
up on that T-minus 40. That's going to be a telling point. I'm guessing they will go into a hold there.
Yeah, most likely. Because Tim dot like their feed is like, I don't know, like X is whether the 4K or the I don't know X. They just have a bigger delay on SpaceX part. So I'm not sure whose audio I should prioritize. I'll just go ahead and pull Tim dot since they are including the
Minus 40 seconds,
official
we have an
stream
opportunity
like
for
this. I'll mute SpaceX. Just okay. So you're gonna hear SpaceX. You're gonna see SpaceX video a little later.
as
So
we're
just
about
keep that in
15
mind.
seconds away. We did just hear we are going to hold at T-minus
Yeah, we have a
40,
hold,
so we're
and
gonna
wow,
move
and
on
it's just
to
updating
pause.
that so
Once we hit
quickly.
T-minus 40 as they finish troubleshooting.
Let's go, baby.
And we'll-
40 seconds.
we'll let you know as soon
I'm
as
ready
we
for this.
start hearing the hold, and if that clock's when that clock's gonna start rolling. So holding at T-minus 40. The team's talking in the background, still troubleshooting. We can hang out here for a couple of minutes.
Or they move forward, or they make another determination. So they're working the issue right now on the ship, and as we get information, we'll bring that to you. So
I don't think there's an issue they're working with.
Cleared the issue.
They're working on.
Now holding.
They cleared out, and now they have something coming up on the ship.
Oh, they do?
Do that right now.
They do? Okay.
Dan mentioned things that we've gotten really good at. It's incredible to think that we just stacked this vehicle earlier this morning, and
That's
we're already
fucking insane.
through prop load.
That's
finished,
insane. Like okay,
ready to
this
go.
amount of
It's,
progress,
very
and they're talking
down
stacking
timeline.
literally
It's
hours,
by far
hours,
our
or like
fastest
half a day
we
before the launch.
expect to
Stacking
finish
half
time
day
ever with
before the
these
launch.
less than 24 hours to
This
go.
is really close. They're getting really close to
wanna get
being,
to a point
and
where
fueling,
we
by the way, to
know,
being commercially, like, to being fulfilling their ultimate goal, which is stacking and launching
so
in
this is definitely
a 1 hour window,
definitely
1
a
to 2
case
hour
to try
window.
and push that forward.
They're getting
Not sure
really
anything
close.
like that with these vehicles.
Absolutely.
It's unimaginable. I mean, like, Starship is only, the program's been only running for like years, and now they've essentially nailed, you know, stacking, the whole stacking procedure, and I mean, it's mostly automated. Right? Once they figure out the automation and everything, it's just the same as, you know, manufacturing, mass manufacturing stuff versus prototyping. Manufacturing is way harder, but once they nail it, everything's automated.
Popped up in the countdown, and we are holding here as the teams troubleshoot it. We believe that we have put in a solution, and we will be able to proceed. But we have some chatter on some nets, indicating that we're just holding here for a few more seconds.
Okay, sun's going down. I'll just ramp up
great
the. I'll just
opportunity for the teams. This is unique on
I think
Starship. We don't
lower
have this ability
the
on
shutter
top
speed a little
to
bit.
hold
Yeah.
here, partially because there's just so much propellant that it takes longer as a whole for it to cool down with that amount of volume that we have compared to the Falcon vehicle. But this T-minus 40-second hold is pretty cool because basically everything that would have been a scrub is actually just an opportunity to hold here and work through it. Or I should say many things, not everything. We're, like I said, we're working through an issue now, but we can also pause here for final checkouts or completion of pressurization to get up to flight levels, that kind of thing. So it's a nice feature to allow the team to wait for final checkouts or
Interesting.
assess final prop levels.
They're saying,
health and that kind
yeah,
of stuff.
a lot of those problems that they're working through could have been a scrub, but now because of the refined
So hopefully you see
workflow,
that clock
they're
move. So I'm paying attention
adopting.
to the SpaceX clock, which is in that left window.
They're able to just turn them into troubleshooting steps instead of full-on scrubbing,
I'm not updating
which
that
is
for
just
now. We're just gonna
so
let
nice
it
to
go.
hear.
We have, you know, a little note there saying,
You know, not only good for our convenience, but also just during crucial launch events, it would literally save the day. And also just an overall increase in reliability.
and right away because they do have until 6:30 local time, or 18:30, 24-hour time, which would be, let me think, oh god, so it's, that'd be like, I think just 30 UTC on Tuesday. Is their launch window. So
Company paid
they
for costs.
yes.
105.
So you can clear this hold now. They don't have a lot of time to troubleshoot. They only have about 40 minutes left over to be able to try and launch this thing today. The next opportunity would likely be tomorrow. But Dan did say something interesting that I had.
Tomorrow I have class. I have a midterm. I will miss this. I will be pissed. Imagine missing out on 3 consecutive Starship launches in a row. It's the life, man. It's college. All right, so FOB shipping point. That means, wait. So who's the company? Use the perpetual inventory system. Following transaction occurred in April. Use ASPE. What's ASPE again? Fuck. Included. Drones doing some B-rolls just to fill the space. Interesting. I mean, it's just funny to see. Why is the drone not? Is that a like helicopter or something? Is the gimbal not calibrated? Because like the horizon's tilted. Come on. Like they always do that. I haven't figured out why that is. It's not just the landscape feels tilted. The rocket, you can see the rocket is not straight. But the gimbal is like just not working right. It's a drone. It's supposed to have a calibrated gimbal, right? How can they mess that up? FOB shipping point. Who are we accounting for?
Maybe a potential decision is what I just heard, basically. Starting to think, oh, clock's moving.
The-
Clock is moving.
No, they just changed the clock to like 41 and back to 40. What was the 41 about? It's okay, it's not moving.
Okay. I don't actually have a clock to watch, so I'm just looking here. I don't have time to fix our clock. It is off right now, so let's just wait until we see water deluge system here going. It should be any second.
The water's not. The water. The countdown is not moving. What do you mean deluge? The clock is not. It's still holding, Tim.
Here we go, guys.
Huh?
It should be any second.
What are you talking about? The clock is not moving.
Can we show the SpaceX screen again so we can get a sense?
Oh, he's out.
Okay, so they have just.
Yeah. You thought.
False alarm.
We are now going to hang out here again at T-minus 40.
They just changed. They just like added a 1
If we're able
to the last
do that,
digit.
We can
Just-
start counting down again. If not, we could always offload and try again on either tomorrow or another day. But right now we're not.
Okay, so this is really something they're unsure of.
T-minus 40 seconds.
We could be really facing a
We hear some more,
scrub,
start seeing that clock move.
which is wow. I am not. I don't know. Not excited by that.
We just try to get another day. So keep listening in, and we'll have an update shortly.
It's really 50-50 now.
Okay. Well,
Notice how they keep stressing
that was just
the
a tease. They're just
potential
trying
of.
to make sure you all are paying attention.
Oh!
That's what that was about. It had nothing to do with the rocket. It's purely.
Clock
as
is
you know,
off.
aerospace engineers
No clock.
really love
Scrub.
to
It's a
make
scrub.
sure
Wow.
people are paying attention.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Yeah, that's not at all how this goes. Obviously, they're working potential issues, seeing if they're good to go for today's launch. That's all there is to it. The words on the screen for them just disappeared. The clock is still at T40.
It was a loud purge.
Sense, because it's also what we see when they have a test, right? And then they abort the test.
Started counting down from T-minus 40 again, and it's not something we can change with small config tweaks. So we will definitely let people know.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Unfortunately, we would have liked to lift off today.
But just because we don't go today doesn't mean we're not going to go tomorrow or one of the days.
All right, end the party.
We are going to start offloading all of that propellant on the booster and the ship.
Thanks for tuning in today. We won't see each other tomorrow because it's tomorrow. When they wait, it's 3:54 in the afternoon. So at that time, I will have ended my midterm. So if I rush home on time.
24 hours, but we will definitely let people know.
Yeah.
No, but again,
Everybody for tuning in. Unfortunately,
I'm probably not gonna make it
off today, but the
because
teams
I
are
don't know,
doing the right
man.
thing and standing down while we troubleshoot, and we'll share more information as it becomes available, including when our next launch opportunity is. So be sure to keep an eye on
Yeah,
our
I
social
don't think I
media
can make it tomorrow.
and as I said, we'll share more information as it becomes available.
I don't think I will make it
Thanks for
tomorrow.
joining us today. We'll see you at the next attempt.
That is so tragic.
Well, guys, I'll stick around for just a few minutes here, answer a few more questions that I missed. We have a lot, actually. But
Damn
I
it.
actually, this kind of works out well for me because, like I said, it is my birthday. One of the things that I...
Oh, happy birthday, Tim.
Concert tonight, so that's why I'm
Wow.
not down actually at Starbase. I'm in Austin. And unfortunately, I also had to... This is going to be really tricky now for me because I'm likely on a plane on Wednesday. But it all depends on this, I guess. I don't know. I had to be home for sure on Thursday.
What is that? Is that like a dock or a bay where people can go watch
We will see how this
the
turns
wait,
out for
no.
me.
You see the solar panel down there? What is that? Is that like a telescope or something?
Grab the week or something at this
There's a
point.
tower
I'm
also.
trying to plan around
That's
this
like a
stuff.
small room
It's pretty
for
hard to
something.
get home with
Small building.
stuff, so
I'm not sure what that is.
we will see, I
But
guess.
that's
Oh,
is that
yeah.
NSF's like own drone? How do they get that up there? They got a license
And even
to
though
fly?
I'm gonna see a launch
There's a little bus.
Having you guys all here.
Like a
is
tourist bus
very,
or something?
It does mean a lot to me. And I know, like I said, we've been dealing with, you know,
He's distracting me because he's
Sorry.
talking to my ear. He's talking about him liking all of these drone views.
Look at that drone
I do
set on
agree.
the left-hand side of the screen. It's fantastic. So what are we looking at here? By the way, guys, don't go. You can find all the updates on our social media sites. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram.
I only
on
slept
X,
6 hours today.
on,
I mean,
Blue
last
Sky.
night.
I keep getting that wrong.
It's blue sky.
Blue Sky.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that one. I'm
It-
old.
Well, the sky is blue, right?
Sky is
Like
blue.
just
You're going to get all the updates. We will continue to bring you coverage also on NASASpaceflight.com. There will be updates.
All right, I think we should wrap this up. Oh my god. All right. Well. Yeah, it's always sad to see a scrub, but what can you do? It's for the better of the program and the company and the vehicle. All right. I guess we'll see each other next time. Don't know when that'll be. Look out for tomorrow if I'll make it. But I don't know. It's always so hard to say goodbye, right? All right, goodbye.